In this video, I just want to give an in-depth and honest review of the new Marketplace Bundle Web Marketing Tool Suite. Hi, welcome to the Hidden Online Living YouTube channel. My name is Peter. I want to give you an in-depth overview of whether or not this product can actually be helpful for your business or not. So we'll go in depth over the sales page here, and then I'll go into the product dashboard and I'll just go over and give you a look through of some of the products and services that are available within the bundle, and to give you a clear idea of whether they're going to be a useful asset to you or not when you're starting your online business. Okay, so let's get started. So what is the Marketplace Bundle? Essentially, it's a collection of services and tools and templates, etc. that actually can be used to help you get started on your online journey. It'll actually help you to speed up the process, or that's what they say, that it'll take a lot of the guesswork out of having to try and figure things out. Well, that's what the promise is kind of made with this. So just go through the page here and just explain kind of what it's all about. So here it kind of gives you a breakdown of some of the items that are available in it. Obviously you have WordPress themes, you have different types of website themes, you have graphics, PSD templates, Photoshop templates, landing page templates, you have chat support, you have obviously developer license. So obviously it gives you a thing to generate websites quickly. Again, I don't know how true that is until we actually go into the software. So 500 logos and graphics, that'll be pretty good. That'll actually help you speed things up a little bit. So obviously you have PLR products as well. So there seems to be a good basis here of enough stuff that you could probably use. If you're in doubt and you're not really sure of what to do, there would be probably something in here that you could actually leverage or use to kind of just get you started quickly. So again, we'll just scroll through the page and just have a quick look. So again, it's just going through some of the pricing and some of the tiers of what's available and what the value of them is. So obviously the front end product is $37 and includes all these features here. Then you're on to the OTOs then, so for extra, and you get all these extra features. So obviously you get image editing software, video editing. That's actually pretty cool, especially if you're a beginner and you need a basis to start off. That might actually work to get you running. And obviously it has all these here. I'm not really too sure whether these are any good or not. Again, we'll see more as we go through the video. So again, it's just giving you more OTOs. Obviously the more expensive the extra purchases, obviously unlocks more features. So again, it's just a rundown of different things here. So these are obviously some of the affiliates and people that are actually promoting the product itself. And here's just an overview of what it is actually about. So essentially it allows you to set up business websites, pages, blogs, portfolio sites, and allowing you to use whatever templates and services that are available to actually help you get something up and running fairly quickly. So here's just kind of a look at some of the templates. And the templates actually, I have to say now, actually look really good. They look very professional looking, and they do look like that they could actually be very usable and that they would actually work. So again, you'd have to kind of wait, you'd have to nearly install the theme and see how good it is. But you'd also want to make sure and check that each of these themes and whatever plugins and so forth is there. You'd need to figure out whether they're actually currently up to date and whether the developers are keeping them up to date. That's one of the key things with products like this. Are they going to update it in the future? That remains to be seen. So again, actually there's a lot of professional looking templates. There's tons of them actually, and obviously they all base themselves around different categories, topics and specific niches, which I'm sure whatever idea you're thinking of, there is a high chance that you will definitely find something here that would actually suit what you're trying to create. Yeah, there's a lot there. And obviously these are more templates and these are more HTML layouts. These are more, imagine that if you're more code orientated and you can do a bit of computer programming or web programming, this will definitely be more for your taste. Again, there's a lot of very high quality looking templates here also that you can use to leverage when you're getting started. So again, here are just some of the key aspects of what's available in the product. And so here are some of the Photoshop templates. And again, they look fairly high quality, and they look like they'd be a good basis to actually help get you started. And then you have logos here. I'd imagine that you'd be able to change certain features of the logos, like you'd be able to change the text and so forth. If you do that, it'd actually be really handy, and it will cut out a lot of the guesswork of trying to figure out what type of graphic do I want to create for my business, and so forth. And then here's just a list of some of the PLR products. Now again, how good these are remains to be seen. I would imagine that a lot of the stuff that's on this here, you probably have it already, or you've probably seen it at some point, and a lot of it, whether it's tried or tested or not, some of it could be old, that it's out a long time. We don't know for sure whether anything's recent or not. Again, you won't really know until we have a look at what's available. So again, it's just more details on some of the products, support, and obviously the people working on it. So you have access to email swipes, bonus page generator, affiliate banners and ads. So obviously you can promote this as well as an affiliate yourself if you want to. And these were just some of the competitions and stuff that were held. Just some other details and just information. Again, don't worry too much about these here. Whenever you see this on a sales page, you can just take it with a pinch of salt, because essentially all it is just they're showing you final results, but they're not actually showing you the work that's needed to get to where they are. So you always just have to watch out for stuff like that. So obviously these here are the creators, and that's pretty much it there for the main sales page. So what I'll do is I'll jump into the dashboard real quick, and then we'll go through different stages, and I'll show you some of the products and kind of walk through whether they're actually worthwhile or not. Okay, so we're just in the dashboard here now of the marketplace bundle, and first off we're on the front end section now. So this is obviously when you buy the first segment of the product before you buy any of the OTOs, but again you've access to them here. So again, they've some of the different variations and software and tools that are available, and then you have obviously the different OTOs unlock different products, etc. These are just some of the other features. And then down here obviously you've got the different bonuses. So again, we'll just start off pretty much at the top and then just work our way. So obviously here you have the template bundle here. So obviously it says here you have access to 100 plus HTML templates and over 350 WordPress templates. So obviously when you click here, you give us access to this page here, and clearly it does actually have a lot of templates. So what I'll do is I'll actually just click on one of them and see what it does. So we'll have a look and see how the template actually looks. Just wait for it to load up. Alright, so obviously this is just kind of a brief overview of how the template will actually look, and obviously you can download it. So if you were obviously to buy it from the website, you'd have to pay for it. Okay, so this is actually how it would actually look. Yeah, it looks decent. It looks professional. It looks like it would suit whatever type of niche that you're trying to create content for. It says here that it's fully responsive. Yeah, it looks good. Definitely looks high quality. Like, it definitely be usable. It says here that when was the last updated, 28th December 2019. So obviously it has been updated recently, which is good, because that'd be the one key thing you'd need to be aware of, is that are these templates being regularly updated, especially if different services or updates are made to WordPress and so forth. Would these themes actually still work? So that'd be the one question I would have over something like this. But so far so good. So again, just go back, and obviously you can check out the video of how the bundle works. So obviously when you go to it, it actually takes you to YouTube itself. So obviously they've got their own channel, and they'll obviously give you a quick overview of the templates and how to actually use them.
Hello, and welcome to this template bundles how-to video. In this video tutorial, I'll show you how you can download the HTML templates and WordPress themes from your template bundles login.
Obviously, yeah, just giving you a brief overview of how to actually use the services and the features within this product. Alright, so just move on, just look at the graphics bundle. So obviously when you click on here, it's going to open up this page. Just click on one of these here and just see what this has. Alright, so that's pretty cool. So obviously it has different types of graphics. So obviously they're in PNG format or PSD, Photoshop, and then AI would be Adobe Illustrator, Well, that's actually pretty decent. Again, they've recently been updated as well, which is actually cool. Now these here, the PNGs, would be fine. You'll be able to use them no problem. But again, the other two here as well, they'll only be really usable if you do actually have access to these two programs. If you don't, it probably would be a struggle to try and actually get to use them to be able to edit them. But you can always download a free trial of Photoshop and Illustrator anyway if you want to test them out. But yeah, at least you have everything here, and they do look high quality. So yeah, that's fairly decent. It definitely gives you plenty of options. Right, so we'll just move on to the next one, the PLR bundle. So obviously when you click on the button again, I'll just give you a load of them here. Right, so there's quite a few things here. Right, so I'll just click on one of them. Right, so obviously these are some of the PLR content for this section. Now I don't know how relevant these actually are. Now, saying that they've actually been updated recently, so obviously they're in the process of regularly updating it, which is pretty decent. But whether or not this type of stuff is actually taken from old kind of packages or services, that I'm not really too sure. But it seems is that they're updating it, so obviously it is relevant, which is what you want. But whether they're going to update it or not in the future still remains to be seen. But again, like I said earlier, you don't know for talk's sake of whether a lot of this stuff has actually been used before, or whether you could already have had it. You might have bought it or gotten it as a bonus for maybe other products and services that you bought. And you kind of have to ask yourself the question, do you really need a lot of the stuff that's in here? Now, so there is some really cool features in here, but probably a lot of it. Now, for beginners, it could be an ideal prospect. Obviously, people looking, not sure what to do to get themselves up and running. But for more intermediate and advanced users, you probably wouldn't need a lot of the stuff in here, because you will already have put the work in and actually have established yourself enough to be able to create your own content and understand your own processes and so forth. But essentially a lot of this in here would be mainly for a beginner. So again, obviously you have different here like lead pages, so obviously you can download them, and then obviously pop-ups, so again, yeah, you can download them if you need them. So just have a quick look at the OTOs. So obviously Pixel Guru image editor, so just click on that and just see what that offers. Right, okay, so obviously you've something here that you can use to get started. Okay, so I'll just click on create new image and just see what's on offer here. Alright, there seems to be a lot of decent templates that can be used here. I'll just view template. Okay, so it seems to be opening up the editor. Okay, so it does actually have like an editing interface, and it does seem to be fairly straightforward. This would actually suit a beginner. Just looking here, obviously you have different shapes and so forth. Actually you can put in buttons. Obviously just taking a while for this to actually load. And you have social icons. Yeah, so there's definitely a good few things here that you can actually use. Obviously you can input text, headings and so forth. And you can add in images. And you can even import images in from Pixabay, or you can upload your own images, which is pretty cool. And it actually does come with some stock images, obviously that are free to use, and you can use them within the backgrounds, etc. And then obviously you can change the colours of the backgrounds and so forth, which is pretty decent. Now again, starting out, it would be ideal, it probably would be a good place for a beginner, but again, like I said, for an intermediate or advanced user, you wouldn't need something like that, because more people would be inclined to use the likes of Photoshop or Illustrator, or to be using like free services like Canva or other editing software that you can get freely online. So whether you need this or not, well, that's debatable. That's pretty much depends on whoever's depending on buying it. So obviously we'll just have a quick look here at the video editor. Alright, okay, so it does have an interface like where you can actually edit your own videos. You can add in images, you can even create or record your videos from your phone, cameras and so forth, and obviously upload them. And then you can obviously add in text and transitions, freeze frame, you can edit audio or add your own. That's pretty good. Like it'd be decent for a beginner. For someone more advanced, probably not, but for a beginner this would actually be okay. Clearly it looks like it works, so it wouldn't take long to really figure things out. But yeah, a beginner would actually have a bit of fun actually with this, getting familiar with it, and it wouldn't take them long to really understand what they need to do. Right, okay, so we'll just have a quick look around here. Now, obviously these two products here would definitely benefit a beginner, but whether these here or not, we'll just have a quick look. Okay, so here's like a website. It obviously takes you to a website where it actually has access to a load of different plugins. Now, straight away, I'd be looking at these here now, and in fairness, a lot of these here plugins. They're free to use. You can get them through your WordPress dashboard anyway. When you're looking in the plugin section, when you go to search, the chances are you'll find these, and whether or not these here are actually updated, that I'm not actually too sure. So I'll actually just download one here just real quick and just have a quick look. See, that'd be the key thing. Like, apart from the likes of the editing tools, would be fine. They'd be perfect for a beginner. But whether all these plugins or not are going to be useful, that I'm not too sure. So we'll just have a quick look. Alright, so here's the page where it shows you this plugin of what it actually does. But straight away there's an issue I can see here. It was created in 2017 and it was last updated 2018. That's 2 years ago. Yeah, that for me is there's a big question mark hanging around that. So for me, ideally, if I was to purchase this, I would just stay away from this here. For me, so far, the only really thing that's a positive that I've seen in this here would literally be from the likes of the graphics tools and the templates, likes of all this other stuff here. Because I'd imagine if these here plugins are like that, I'd imagine the rest of it is pretty much the same. They're probably all outdated as well. So obviously this here allows you to set up push notifications. So obviously it has a thing that's there. It doesn't really give you too much really as to what you can actually do. There doesn't seem to be any indication as to how to actually set it up. That'd be obviously a bit more advanced, but again, there doesn't seem to be anything here obviously to figure it out. It seems to be a bit generic. There's no like documentation or anything as to say how to actually set it up or anything like that. So that'd be another question mark over that. And obviously I'll just have a look at this here. I'll just quickly go through these last bits, but I wouldn't be expecting anything that's really going to be of a benefit to people. Okay, so obviously they've got their own support kind of set up, or whether you could use this to implement to set up your own support ticket desk, I don't really know. Or whether this you could actually get this to work remains to be seen. But whether it's something you actually need or not, it begs the question. So just looking at it here, it doesn't seem to be an awful lot from what I can see. So obviously you have a sticky bar countdown timer. Most page builders usually have a built-in feature that you can add that anyway, so I don't know if that's really going to be relevant. Design sharing platform. There's loads of other platforms online that you literally can do that with anyway. And obviously these here relate to the likes of the plugin and experts section. So obviously these here are the same type of plugins. And obviously with the WhatsApp chat, as we've seen, that's literally going to be outdated. So the chances of that's outdated, every single thing here is outdated, which is not going to be really of any use to your website or trying to sell your business. If anything, like, so this stuff here could potentially be dangerous, so you'd probably want to avoid that. So again, pretty much these here, you've different like scripts and stuff. I'm not going to bother looking through these as much. I'm not going to download them because they'll obviously take a while to set up, and then these ones here obviously don't have access to these here. And just looking through these bonuses, yeah, the chances are you've probably seen all these, or you probably have them at some point, and quality of how good they actually are or not is debatable, because there is some good quality products out there like PLR products, but then there's also a lot of very bad quality products as well. So we don't really know, but again, I'm not really going to go into too much detail about that, because I imagine you've seen a lot of this stuff before. You probably already have it from other products and services that you've bought. So essentially that's it for this review of the marketplace bundle. Hopefully now that I've covered enough here that kind of gives you some sort of idea of what to expect with something like this, or whether it can actually be useful to you or not. Now it does have a lot of really nice and cool products and features that could be useful to you depending on your background and your experience. Ideally, I think that this would more aimed at more so a beginner. Now that's my personal opinion, but I think someone that's more advanced, that actually has more leverage and is a bit more understanding of all this online marketing, would probably not find anything really here of use, because there is other services out there, more highly useful services that you can use to implement pretty much the same products and features and so forth. Likes of the image editing, video editing, they would really be more so aimed, I think, for a beginner. And obviously they work, there's no issue with that there at all. You definitely would be able to use them to create content and so forth. But whether you want to pay money for these type of services when there is actually free services out there that are online that you can use with no cost, likes of Canva, and then there's a couple of video editors and so forth that you can literally use that won't cost you anything. Would it be worth your while just spending your money just for some of these type of things alone? That's totally up to the person in question, whether they think it's a viable option or not. Now, there is a lot of really cool templates and logos that you could buy the product just for them alone, because it would give you an access to a massive library of different features that could literally help you speed up your workflow and your processes. That in itself, it would definitely be it'd be worthwhile, especially like I said, as a beginner starting out that doesn't really have a background in graphics and doesn't really know how to do graphic design. Something like that could actually work really well for them, but again, for other people maybe not so much. But for me, would I buy it? My opinion is I'd have to give it a miss, because I would know, it's only just my opinion, but I use other products and services that I know that I can use that can do the same thing, and I'm fairly comfortable with them. So for me, this would be a no-go for me, but that's not to say it won't work for somebody else. But again, I would just, if you were to purchase it, just leave a big question around some of the PLR stuff, and especially the likes of some of the other services, because a lot of these plugins, I would avoid them. That'd be my main question, is because a lot of them are outdated and they can probably hinder or actually hurt your website or even essentially your business. So I would definitely avoid that. So there you go, that's it for this review. Hopefully you found it helpful, and if you have, make sure to leave a like on the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you're made aware of future content, and also feel free to share the video. Also, I'd like to know how you're getting on if you're starting out with your online journey and what stage you're at, and if you have any issues or anything at all and want to know more, then make sure to leave a comment down below. Also, make sure to check out that first link in the description and the pinned comment for a simple and effective step-by-step blueprint that you can use to help start and grow your online business quickly and effectively. And again, I want to thank you all for watching the video, and I will see you all in the next one.